What's up guys, it's Raymond again. In this video I want to talk about the importance of studying economics. So first of all I want to tell you what my definition of economics is. So economics is the study of human beings in reaction to resources and achieving or obtaining scarce resources. So that's my vague definition of economics. So why is it important to study economics? All human beings, we all live in a social hierarchy whereby the people at the top are generally the people that have the most resources or are most able to obtain resources that human beings need. The same exists in other hierarchies like animal hierarchies, plant hierarchies, etc. So you can it's easy to define a human being or any mammal or any being that exists or that competes for scarce resources as successful if based on how well they're able to obtain scarce resources in particular. So take for example somebody like Donald Trump, whose net worth is around $3 to $4 billion. He clearly has a lot of assets, which is mainly in real estate. A lot of people would classify Donald Trump as a very successful person based on his economic status and his ability to, or success in obtaining a lot of resources, scarce resources in particular, because he can easily liquidate all of his assets and turn it into billions of dollars in cash, more money than he would even need in his lifetime, especially even if he gave his money to his family. Even if he took all of his money and split it up amongst his family, all of his family members would be flourishing very, very well. So that's my definition of economics. And why is it important, I feel, to study economics? Because once you develop or adopt an economic mindset, which I believe I have, you start to see the world in a very different way in terms of how people behave towards achieving scarce resources, and you start to connect the dots in terms of explaining and defining why somebody acts in a certain way. And if you begin to explain to yourself why somebody acts in a certain way in relation to achieving scarce resources or avoiding pain or whatever the reason may be, you start to understand the way the world works in a lot more of a rational, objective manner. Take for example somebody that's running for the bus. You can actually track the causation. If somebody's running for a bus, they clearly need that mode of transportation urgently, otherwise they wouldn't be running for it. And why do they need that mode of transportation? Maybe because they're trying to get to work. Maybe they could possibly be running late. What are the consequences of running late? The consequences of running late to work are obtaining a warning from your boss or potentially threatening your job. And what is the ultimate reason why people work or have a job? Is to provide food for the family, but in actuality it's to gain money, to gain a resource, which is a currency, money. So why is money so important? Money is a currency which the society has all gathered together to say that we have faith that this currency, when used or when exchanged, will give the goods that we need. So ultimately they are running for the bus because they need goods. So that is a definition there that shows you, or a track record that shows you that goods are the most important thing in terms of human survival. So what goods come first on the hierarchy? I believe it's water, food, and yeah, water and food are the most important things. Why are water and food the most important things? Because you need water for hydration, for your cells, for your skin, etc., for your brain to operate properly. You need food to be able to nourish your body so it can function properly and grow. If you don't have these things, water and food especially, you become malnourished, and being malnourished threatens your existence, threatens your life, threatens the ability for you to provide children, which is one of the main reasons why human beings exist, I believe, is to produce offspring. If for whatever reason this capability is threatened, for example, if you have a disorder, a genetic disorder, or if you've chosen to remove the ability to have children, then that is a threat to your survival, because it's very hard for your genes to be passed on to the next generation. And I do feel like your genes being passed on to the next generation by having kids, especially your kids, for your genes, is a mode of survival for yourself to survive, because they are your genes, and if they're passed on to the next generation, then you are technically surviving. Not your consciousness, but your genes. So as you can see, the way I'm describing, economics is a very important topic to study. There are other fields of economics. There's different fields of economics like microeconomics, macroeconomics. Macroeconomics focuses on the large scale aspects of the economy. Microeconomics focuses on the micro aspects, the small aspects of the economy. And I feel it's really good, but that economics is divided into more than two parts, because it allows people to specify in one field of economics and allows them to develop a very focused scope on whichever field of economics they're interested in. But overall, when you do entry economics, you're gonna get an overview of what economics as a totality is as a subject. I can go on for as long as I want, or as long as need be, because economics is a very, very broad topic. It talks about money, it talks about finance, it talks about survival of the fittest, it branches off into evolution, it talks about how to achieve scarce resources, why some people are so good at achieving scarce resources. It delves into social science, because a lot of people categorize economics as a social science, and to some extent it is, because it requires a lot of education and studying of the way people behave, which is very, very interesting, because it allows you to understand yourself as well as the other people, because you are a human being, and the people you're studying are human beings. And you can actually branch this study into the world of animals, lower animals, like hyenas, lions, etc., in their search and pursuit of food, shelter, etc. And economics is very interesting because it allows it develops a lot of interest in the way hierarchies work in society, and it allows you to delve deep and answer the questions as to whether there are hierarchies in society. I do believe there are hierarchies, and a lot of people, I believe, watching will agree that there are hierarchies in society. And I feel like these hierarchies, where the positions in these hierarchies are almost entirely dependent on your economic status. And some people, or a lot of people, have the advantages. We all have advantages. We were all born with different advantages when it comes to being placed on the economic hierarchy. And I believe some people are more gifted than others, and that could have contributed to where they inevitably stand on the social hierarchy, the economic hierarchy. But these are just words that are in my head in relation to economics as a subject. Economics as a subject can be discussed for hours, days, and weeks and years. This is just a short video, but I just wanted to explain to you why I feel economics as a subject is very important to study and very important to contemplate and to implement in your daily behaviors. But thank you so much for watching this short video. If you are interested in economics based on this video, or not based on this video, please comment in the section below which aspects of economics you either study, which aspects of economics you're interested in, what you liked about this video, and because I would love to talk more about economics, because I love the subject as a whole. And thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're new. If you do like this video, subscribe if you like any other video on my channel. Put a thumbs up as well, and I'm ready for your comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Peace.